What's happening, my dungeon people? We are here today to finish up on this dungeon tile and maybe do a character. I think maybe we'll get this bandit done here. And then we will be moving on to a statue. I have one in mind to start. I need to do some prep work and fill in some gaps. That's what we're gonna be doing today. This right here, this is gonna be quick and easy. This just needs the oil wash added to it. It had to dry from before. I feel like I should put a little bit more of a dry brush on this. Maybe. I don't know. I really gotta start cleaning these things out too. As you can see, if you leave it in there for too long, I ended up spilling water in here and it got all over the place. Actually, let's just pull that out real quick. One of the other bad things is I have 2 new brushes and a can of paint primer out in the car. I forgot it. So I will have to go get that later. I don't know how far we're gonna get with the statue. May not end up priming it, but I do have some primer, so I can prime up some of the pieces. I just use the airbrush for that. The primer that I bought is actually a spray can primer. Need something. I need something. Really wanted to dig that out of there. I have a habit of not cleaning up my stuff. I really need to start doing that from now on. I think we're gonna leave this alone. I like the darker look. I really feel like this one right here in particular could use some green. By the way, the dungeon now has a picture booth, so I will be posting pictures up on a lot of my work, redoing the pictures, because a lot of them are just on the table. I want some showcase pictures. That's what I want. We're gonna have to redo some of those. Also been thinking too that for the Patreon, I think I want to make a welcome video explaining everything that I'm doing, all the things that I want to do. I really want to eventually, even live streaming on this channel, I want to move into making my own 3D prints. And I've been researching for the last couple days what programs would be the best for doing that? I hear a lot of good things about ZBrush. Blender, I already have Blender. I've tried it. It feels very mechanical. It feels like there's with Blender, and I hear this complaint a lot too. Blender is great for all around use. It has everything you need in it, but setting everything up to what you need for specific functions is a daunting task. You really have to know the program, and I don't know if I have that much time. It would take a long time, I feel, to really set it up. And I know there's some people out there who would probably say, no, it's easy. Yeah, it probably is for people who know the program. I mean, anything's easy once you know how to get into it. But I mean, I've used Photoshop. Photoshop can be a bit confusing at times. I used to use Cinema 4D, but it's been years. I don't know how it actually holds up to today. But from what I've heard, ZBrush, or from what I've looked up, not heard, from what I looked up, ZBrush is really good for character design, and that's kind of what I want to do. Character and creatures, statues, that sort of thing. I'd like to be able to, because there's also some models that I own that I would like to be able to manipulate and fix up myself instead of getting in contact with the creator. And I know some of them don't really like you to do that, but if you have an issue, because nothing's ever perfect, if you have an issue, instead of contacting the creator and waiting for them to get back to you, you could just do it yourself. And on top of it, I've actually, more recently, I've gotten questions about me producing my own files, because whenever it comes to people who paint, the first thing that comes up is, believe it or not, do you make the files? Well, no, there's a ton of files out there. Most painters, just work through Designer, the modelers and everything. And I had left one person on my Instagram know, because she wanted to know. I think they wanted to know. I don't know how they identify, but not to get politically correct or anything, because I don't like that stuff. But they wanted to know how, if I was able to do it, and if not, if there was a way to find a 3D modeler to do that. And I went on Fiverr. I messaged the creator of one of the models that I've actually found that they wanted, and messaged him. He got back to me a little while later, and surprisingly, he said he could. But the problem of it is he doesn't have the time right now, because he works. To give you context, I was asking for a Jinx model from the Netflix series Arcane. Apparently, he works in production on the series, and he's too busy right now to do it. And it just seemed kind of odd. Like, why would they put up a model on I go through My Mini Factory that they're working on in there? That's kind of crazy to me. I don't know. I always thought it was independent artists, but here it actually is the creators that are also putting their stuff out there as well. It's quite fascinating. But I contacted two guys on Fiverr, and both of them got back to me fairly quickly. They're nice. Not to diminish their work or anything, but I feel that there's a huge disconnect with modelers and painters. I feel like modelers and painters need to work together, because the painters are the ones that people go to. People want to see the finished, the end product after it's all said and done, finished. they're people who don't necessarily print. They're not looking for, they're either looking for a painter if they do print, or they're looking for a modeler for a certain thing, and then they're looking for a painter. I feel like there's a big market out there where people are looking for modelers and painters. You know, somebody who kind of does both. I'd really like to do it myself. It's going to take some learning, but I feel like ZBrush would be the easiest one, because ZBrush, from what I understand, it's a lot of it's user friendly. It seems to be a whole better user friendly product for somebody just getting into it. So I think I want to go with that. Plus, I found classes on Skillshare to be able to take, so maybe I can start making my own miniatures and statues. Because I started out doing characters whenever I first even. Oh, this is early. This is before I even started my shop. I would draw. I wanted to draw characters, and I wanted to make my own book, my own comic book. But then I ended up getting a place over here in my local community center and opening up, and I fell into 3D printing. And then somebody, a buddy at work, suggested, and this is kind of simultaneously, maybe the game was mentioned beforehand. I think it was. Yeah, let me correct that. Buddy at work mentioned Warhammer 40K. I got into that, started playing with the models, started painting. I loved it, loved the painting. I started my Citadel paint collection, and I didn't have anybody around other than a buddy of mine. He's actually a distant relative. We were friends, and he would play, but he was also painting too, and we got into airbrushing. Next thing you know, we were saying about how it would be cool if we could make our own scenery. So, bam, 3D printing. That's how it happened. So that's how I got into the 3D printing scene. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I can make my own Thor hammer. What? Yeah, I can make my own Thor hammer. Sweet. So then it's, you know, printing up all kinds of stuff and statues, and then it comes to the painting the statues, and now I'm moving towards making my own, which I think would be awesome. I would absolutely want to do that, but this is part of a new 5-year plan of mine. I want to make this into a 5-year plan, because I feel compelled to do it. I kind of go with my gut for the most part whenever it comes to painting and the things that I do, and that's how I've built up my shop. Because after my buddy stopped playing Warhammer, me and him kind of, it happens, you don't hang out as much, you gather other interests, and he did, and I stuck with the Warhammer, and I kept painting, and actually I still have models of his that I need to get painted, and it's been years, and they've just been sitting in boxes, so eventually you're going to see me painting those. But he moved on to other stuff, and then I didn't have anybody to play Warhammer with, so I had a few of clients of my wife, for her photography business. I had them mention about D&D, and I've always wanted to get into D&D, but I don't know, I never did. I never really quite got into it, but then I bought the rule book, the player's handbook. I bought that pack, the big pack, that was surprisingly expensive. I think at the time I paid, it was $150 and on sale for like $89. And I'm like, holy crap! But it comes with a Dungeon Master shield and that sort of stuff. So I was like, okay, I still want to give it a shot. And I ended up being a Dungeon Master. And then I was projecting pieces. And in order to get people really involved, I started, doing voices. I wanted to get pieces done so people know where, exactly where they were on the table. trying to be a good dungeon master, and in the process of that, I found statues that I really liked from Wicked 3D and Berserk, and they even have a Star Wars one, which Mandalorian is coming up. Not going to be the one that I paint today, but or start prepping today, but because I can't get the paint quite yet. I have the paint coming in the mail to be able to do Mando, so he's on the horizon. He is definitely on the horizon. I'm excited to paint him. But recently I started posting up in Reddit. Reddit led me into, well, 3D modeling would be awesome to do for myself. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback off of Reddit, let me tell you. Facebook is good, but I don't really get much feedback. I don't get a whole lot of likes. The algorithms on that is just insane. And it makes me feel like they're forcing people to have to pay to boost up their posts and make ads, and I'm like, I don't want to do all of this. I just want to be able to post, tag it, and let it go. So Reddit has been a huge emotional booster for me, because I like my one post for my Captain America, which I donated for a raffle. I don't have them anymore, otherwise I'd pull them up and show you. But I did post up pictures, so if you have me on Facebook, Instagram, I posted pictures in there. But I even have a little video, by the way. But that one got up over 500, I think 560 up posts. That's the biggest one so far. I mean, and everybody came out of the woodworks to tell me how good I was doing. And then some people even, was like, hey, you want some constructive criticism and everything. Reddit is fantastic for it. I love it. Because I learned a couple things that I did not know. A couple things to help me improve my painting. I'm looking forward to implementing some of these, and I'm still taking my class. Like I bought classes from Miniac to build up my painting skills. I really want to take it the distance. I really want to do good at painting my miniatures. I love this stuff. I love doing this. I gotta buy some more of this. I'm running low. Sepia Gaming. I'm gonna have to buy like 3 bottles of this. Holy crap, I use this a lot. Too bad I couldn't get like a giant bottle like this of that. That would be awesome. But today I'm going to take you through this one. This guy, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna use this wash because I already did the Zenithal highlight, and I'm gonna just use the wash to paint him. And we're going to see how this goes. I haven't tried this before, and I've seen people do this. Army Painter has speed paints that you can use. And I feel like this would really speed things up. For the miniatures, I don't mind speeding them up. I'm learning that there's only so much you can do as far as details are concerned on miniatures. I mean, you could... And by all means, you really could go like crazy with it. I even have magnifying glasses here. I bought these. I bought this so that if I had any really fine details that I needed to get done, I had this option. You could sit here and you could do that. Now, you could also spend 5 hours doing this one little piece. And as you can see, they keep building. This is just a fraction of what I really have compared to what's on the shelf. I mean, I have a Tiamat that is sitting on the shelf waiting to get painted, and actually waiting to get finished printing too. And then I have some characters that I learned the hard way that you have to watch. You have to watch your printing. You really gotta, whenever I first started printing, there's a function in there to hollow out your prints, and that's fine. You know, I deeply encourage hollowing out your prints so that you don't waste a whole lot of resin. The problem with that is I also didn't know you needed to put holes in the print itself. Like these are small, so this doesn't take up a whole lot, but you could hollow this out. But if you had no holes in like his feet or a connecting piece that you could drain the resin from the inside out, it will crack and it will seep out. I think I've mentioned this before, but I just can't mention it enough that you really got to clean out the inside as well. And you really should get yourself a UV light, which I do, a handheld UV light, because even if you have a curing machine, it won't reach inside. But you take the UV light and you shine it up through the hole so that you can cure the inside. Because it'll crack, it'll break, and it sucks. It's terrible. I think I was making this guy look as if he was in the dark holding. I'm gonna zoom us in here. Try to get a better look. There we go. Now hit the focus. Bada boom. One of the things that I've learned is the OSL, which I'm thinking is on surface lighting. I think that's I'm not really sure. I haven't looked up the meaning of the acronym yet, but I know what it basically says is basically like this is a torch, so the light that casts on the character, and the point of light. Because my Spider-Man, I had posted him up, and a lot of people, I messed up with the OSL on the Spider-Man. I put it on the head, and I don't know why I did that. Maybe it was the angle that I was looking at it as I was painting it, thinking, yeah, that thing's pretty close. It wasn't close at all. I flipped it around and then I seen it. I was like, that's not looking correct. I don't like that. But I just left it alone anyways. And I really should have fixed it. Plan on going back and fixing it. I tell you what, one of the things that I still have a hard time kind of believing is that when you get into painting this stuff, there's really not, like, the information is not all out there the way that I thought it was going to be, because there were some avenues that I could have taken to have learned about OSL, and I never knew they were even there. I don't know, in one way they feel like a well-kept secret. It feels like there's some stuff that you have to search to get to know. You have to really do deep searches. not as accessible as what I thought it was going to be. How's this guy in his bare feet, but yet he has gloves on? I'm really confused. Maybe he had his boots stolen and he's searching for the guy who stole them. I think it's Army Painter. They have speed paints that kind of work the same way. I think they're definitely stronger in color, but I feel like they work the same as what I'm basically doing here. The washes are just a lot thinner. Oh yeah. Sorry, I gotta do it manually. If I don't do it manually, then you're gonna sit here and the entire time, and I don't like that sound. Kinda drives me crazy. So we go with bone white. Bone white will be fine. Probably hit his toes with a flesh tone first. Inhale. Yeah, it's been an exciting couple days. Got how nice it was to post on Reddit. How much good feedback I've gotten. Love it. And I've gotten a couple new followers off of Reddit too. So you guys who are out there, if you watch this afterwards or if you're watching now, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You're friggin' awesome. Probably should have started out with that, so I do apologize for not starting out with that. Let's see, what flesh tone do we have here? This is why I should have been paying attention. I think it's... Yeah, we can go with Dark Flush. Get the tiny brush. Sometimes it's good to lay it on a little thin whenever you have your base coat here, because then, like for this guy, I'm sure he doesn't wash his feet too often, so if you put it on a little thin, it kind of looks like he has dirty feet. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you don't have to like do all kinds of jumping through hoops just to get something to look a certain way. And sometimes you do. A lot of techniques out there. A lot of techniques I didn't even realize, like some that I did that I didn't realize I knew about, and then some that I had no clue. There's a basically it's a way for painters to flex, so to speak, called NMM, non-metallic metals. And that's when people take regular paint and paint a surface to make it look as if it's metallic. The only problem that I have with that, oh, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. The only problem that I have with that is that it only looks good from, especially on, I feel like, bigger objects, it only seems to look good from all of my research when you look at it at a certain way, because in NMM you have to put highlights in, so it's only going to look like metal at that certain viewpoint. You basically have to paint a 2D representation of metal on a 3D object, and I mean it works if you're doing pieces that are in a diorama and you need it to look, you want it to look that way, and that's all that it's going to be. It's just going to sit there on the shelf. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to do something like this and you want it to be on the table where it's going to be moved around a lot, you would rather want that reflective surface to emulate the surroundings, which is, you know, why you get metallic paints, which I use metallic paints. I don't really want to go, there's a lot of techniques and a lot of painting skills out there that I don't really feel like NMM is in my wheelhouse right now, especially if I want to start 3D modeling, which I do. I want to actually create my own 3D prints, and I've been looking up programs. I think I said this to begin with, but I'm looking at Blender and ZBrush, and I think ZBrush is the one. I really want to give it a shot. I think that is done. We can add in a light. Wow, that is gone. There's a BB in there, but it's completely empty. Didn't realize that was empty. Good thing I have a brand new one of those, but now I gotta get pull the BB out of there and wash it off. Right there so I don't forget. Basically right here I'm just using the gray to give the raised areas, just dry brushing the raised areas, give it a little bit of a variation here so you can actually see the model. Darken up the feet. That does great. Feet so light. Back in here with a little bit. Lighten it up a little bit, water it down. That's a little too watered down. Go. Seems to be a bit better. Okay, so we need a wood. Oh, that's a skin tone. I mean, I could have used it, but wants to brown. Oak brown. Oh, it sounds like I'm gonna need some more of that too. I believe this thing is called a halberd. Okay, let's get our flame in here. So, gotta get some black. I would probably, I don't know what color to make his hair. I feel like he's older, so I feel like I should make that gray. Yellow, red, scarlet. Fire flame. Boom. Boom. And we also need a metallic. A plate metal. Let's see, we'll do the halberd first, because I feel like that's gonna be one and done. need to stick a little piece of tape down there so I know where the spot is. Oh, almost put the yellow up with the metals. Can't do that. That would be insane. Oh yeah, and I am happy to say that I finally found the button, or the setting, I should say, the setting for if I get disconnected, because apparently I'm getting disconnected from Twitch while I'm live streaming. I found it to where it won't start a new stream, it'll wait and reconnect to the same stream. I've been having an issue with that connection for whatever reason. After a few hours, it will disconnect me and then it'll start a new one, and I really hate that because, you know, it doesn't, one, it doesn't look good, and two, it's like it can flood your profile with streams that people don't see, and they'll see the short ones, but they won't see the ones that came before that. So, but I found it now. Hopefully, if it does do it again, it will just reconnect over with the same stream and won't start a new one. I don't know why it disconnects, but if they have a setting in there for it, then apparently that's a problem. That's one less issue that I'll have now. The other issue is camera that I'm using will, from time to time, click to keep the, I guess, to check the camera or something. It like checks itself. But sometimes it will boot right out of the program that I have to run it. Because Canon, you have to have their program to run the camera, and if you don't, it won't let you run it in 1080p, and it won't let you use it for streaming at all. But Canon's really trying to get some extra money out of folks. Now you may be wondering why I'm painting around the bottom of this black. Mainly because I feel like it would be black from having flamer, you know, having the flame right near it. You know, obviously it's going to cast a little bit of the yellow down there, so thinning that out and try to get a little bit down there, but I felt like it should have been black. Now for our red. Sometimes you really gotta tease the paint. The only bit that's bothering me is that. There, clicked. All right. Now we just take a little bit of that yellow, which is thinned already. We just use it around. Now, I'm not really trying to make it perfect here because normally this is just, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just D&D miniature. As I said before, if I spent so much time on it, I'd never get any of them done. There are little things that you can do to improve, but I'm okay with that. I'm satisfied with that. I don't think it looks bad at all. I mean, yeah, there are areas where I could probably improve, but I think that'll do okay. It'll be fun. Especially for D&D. Most of these guys are going to look at it and be like, holy crap. Oh, we got to paint our base. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I've learned not to be too critical about my miniatures. My statues, on the other hand, I really want to get those correct. And people, I mean, those are easy to notice a lot of the problems with the statues, and people will notice it because some of that stuff just doesn't look right. Like the Spider-Man, even I noticed that the moment that I got a look at it from a little bit more of a distance. Because it kind of messes with your eyes. But these miniatures, they're so small. Even if people do notice them, you know, as long as it's not their character, they're fine. Now, if I'm doing a person's character, then yeah, I'll go the extra mile. And you should. You want their characters to look good. Funny enough, I go crazy with creatures though. People are bandits, nobody really cares about. Shopkeeps, tavern stuff. People like, but they don't really go crazy over. Creatures, I find that's what people go crazy over. They want the crazy monster. Crazy looking monster. Now we're gonna zoom back out. I think we need to, there we go, get a little bit of refocusing in there. Background's more in focus than anything else. I think it might be worth it just to just to let the thing make noise. And there we go. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the noise, but I hope you don't. But now it should autofocus. There we go. Although so close, and it'll sit there and just keep refocusing and Oh! No! How did that happen? The front of his foot came off. What? Just what? Man, this freaking stuff held on really well. Oh, that sucks. We can super glue it, but that sucks. Should probably get something different to use to mount the pieces to, because that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I know, and then I go and I put him on there, which actually, same kind of stance. That's weird. Okay, let's glue him. Break out the glue. That is nuts. That thing just tinked right off of there. Probably should have used the extreme power stuff, but it's really, really thin. Cannot believe that happened. I mean, if you look closely to it, you can definitely tell his foot is snapped in half, but it'll be okay. It will be fine. It will be fine. Now, what are we gonna do next here? Now that he's... We're gonna set him up there so we can put him on the shelf. We're going to move over here. I need to start putting things back whenever I pull them out. Toss those in the garbage. Okay, we're gonna make some room here because as much as I want to get these guys done, which is probably why I don't get them done more often, I want to do a statue. Let me go grab it. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Damn. Alrighty. So, Dr. Fate. I'm excited to get working on this piece. This, I do believe we're going to have to get a better view. Sorry, I keep moving you around there, but I want you to have a good view of what's going on here. So. The biggest problem with this piece is going to be the cape. Now, as you can see, it doesn't fit together as well as I'd hoped. I don't know why. I printed it out, well, at least I tried to print it out to where this one here I had to print out with the supports down here. The problem that I ended up having is that, I don't know if you can notice that, but these got all bent up. So I don't know if it's these that are keeping it from seating as well as what I want it to be. Some of these, I feel like if I just break them off and just leave a smaller amount there, I think it would seat better. At least on these two inside ones, because they're pretty bad. Where's my snipper? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, sorry. Ooh, yeah. That felt good. Right in me finger. Oh, that one was nice and, well, not clean, but just snapped off nice and neatly. These two pieces fit together. Not perfectly, but this is a lot more manageable. I can fix this. And we're going to be doing that. We're going to be fixing that. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. It actually fits together a little bit better. It's not terrible. These are two different resins. This is probably the issue. So when you're printing things, be cautious of your resins. Now, you're going to notice that I have actually three. This is like a green, this is like a blue, and then you have the gray. Now, let's see, the green and the blue are all frozen 4K. This stuff prints out the same no matter which frozen 4K you get. It prints out the same. Comparing to the 8K, I don't know if there's a difference between the 4 and the 8. From what I understand, the 8 has a lot better quality. You know, you get to see the inside details, but the 4K is pretty nice too. I don't know if you can see that, but it even has like the little letters in the I believe that's the Egyptian hieroglyphics in the pages. Berserk 3D made this, by the way, and between Berserk and it's the same people who do Wicked 3D. So the Berserk is the DC side, Wicked is the Marvel side. They do fantastic work. I mean, the texturing that they do is just awesome. I can't wait to paint this piece because he's dark blue for his normal suit, and then he has gold accents, gold legs. That's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be awesome. But first, we need to fix this. This must be fixed. But how do... Oh, yeah. That's what I'll use. We're going to glue this together. And then I'm going to go in with some green stuff. And we're going to make this work. Even... See, if I angle it out, actually, that's... I don't want that big of a gap in there. So I could deal with a gap up here, or I could deal with a huge gap down here. Probably just going to deal with the gaps up here. That's the last that I have to fill in. But I want this to look good. The other, yeah, before I get too far off, Frozen 4K, this right here is Sunlu. I thought I'd give it a shot, and honestly, it's not bad. I don't want to say that it's bad. I can't tell you if the reason why these details are in here is because of my printer or because of the product. Now, Sunlu, for twice the amount, it's half the price. I am not affiliated with them, by the way. I'm not a huge fan of it, though. I don't know. It just doesn't look... In some ways, it just doesn't look nearly as good. I'm not really... That and... printing up wise, I've had more problems with the Sunlu and my supports. The supports will be there, but they won't make connection. Whereas the Frozen, it will still make that connection. I think I have a little gap right there. Oh, no. No. I have two gaps. What? What happened? I can fill them in. It'll be alright. You'll have some of that. I'm sitting here talking Frozen up, and there I find two gaps in the print. Quality is good, though. I do like it. But yeah, I mean, if you're in a pinch and you really want to be able to print some stuff, this stuff would probably work. Sunlu would probably work really well on minis, because you don't need, for the most part, you don't need that great of quality with minis. It's, you know, they're detailed, but they're not that detailed. I would probably use Sunlu on all the minis that I could. Now, if I got into the bigger stuff, this bigger stuff, I definitely like my Frozen. I call it my Frozen. I've been buying it so long, I feel like I should own stock in it. But I don't think that would have came out nearly as good with the Sunlu. That's my opinion. It's just one guy's opinion. Got all this lightning. Now the way to go with this is going to be interesting. I've seen people make this entire base into gold. I don't even know where this goes. Oh wait, yeah, that goes right there. I don't even know if I would really want to do that. I feel like I want to make these into like sandstone. Maybe some gold. Make these snakes in the gold. Make this front piece in the gold. So we're not gonna put it all together. I mean, this piece I could glue this piece on. I could glue this piece on. I think this goes over here. Ah, there we go. I could glue that piece and this piece on, because it's going to be sandstone. I would rather see that in sandstone. Maybe make I don't know, piece bronze, but his hands are gold. Really, way to think it through, Berserk. Because this whole entire gauntlet is gold. There's, as far as I've seen in the pictures, none of the details in here are blue, as far as a suit goes. So I'm pretty sure that's the case. So that is awesome that they stopped where the blue suit is and kind of carved around it. So you can still have this blue and paint this gold, and you can airbrush it and have a nice clean line right there. So I've seen some interesting ones where people have painted him in a red and black scene, red and black scheme. That's the word I was looking for. No, I just gotta glue it together. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Maybe use this thinner stuff and try not to get it on my fingers. I hate getting super glue on my fingers. This stuff will probably work. Super thin, it doesn't leave a thickness on the outside. Hopefully I don't get it lobbing on the outside. Oh, I think it already hardened up. Or down bottom. Don't get fingers. Just don't get it on your fingers. Try to line that up correctly and spray. Come on, it's an activator. It should have activated it. There it goes. There it goes. Now we're rolling. Okay. And stuck there. That. Hit that. Hit that. Oh! Come on. Just want you to stay. For glue's sake. Stay where you are. Keep adding more because I'm gonna have to sand it down anyways. Oh, crap. Yeah, I figured you're gonna glue like you're gonna cure like that, you jerk. Messy business here. Ah. What do you think? What do you think we ought to do with Anubis's head? Should it be sandstone, or should I actually make that? I feel like I should actually paint that black. And then gold right around the neck with a red jewel right there. It's on like... It's on this scene of... It's in the back, and it's like a ruin scene. Yeah, so this is supposed to be ruined, so I don't know. We're definitely going to glue these pieces on because it's part of the base here. Get our thicker super glue out. Yeah, look at that. Spray the accelerant right in there. Quick about it. There we go. There we go. Ah, haha. I just thought maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. The reason why I'm saying that is because this is actually supposed to go right here. Right here. Wait. Okay. Which direction do you go? I don't know. I feel like it should be this direction. That's all. Ew, that's all floppy. Oh wait, I guess that's gotta go like that. Is that the front of his foot? Oh no, it's definitely gotta go like that. That's how that is supposed to go. So now I'm wondering, oh yeah, it was sitting on a piece. I was like, why is it not sitting flat? I'm like, that's not good. I'm sitting here talking about how good Berserk is, and like the whole freaking thing is like wobbling back and forth. You're sitting on a piece of it. Yeah, jerk. Alright. Whenever we glue it, we're gonna have to kind of tilt him up. Get your finger out of his crotchers. There we go. Gonna have to tilt him up, and I know that his foot sits on this, so that's gotta go down in first. And this is how it goes, but here's the hard part. I don't know how to fracking fit his fracking foot in here. This is one of the parts that I feel like it's because it's Sunlu's resin on this side and then frozen on the other side, because this doesn't. I feel like if I force it, it's going to just snap on me. And I don't want it to snap, but I don't think that there's any other option. More to the point, once I get it on there, how to get it back off? This is rough. Okay, we're just gonna have to roll with it. Just go with it. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Oh, so I had to twist it. Okay. So it needs to sit in there right like that, and then we can plop that in right like that. So huh. It failed right here. No friggin' wonder. Okay, so I thought it was another piece because there's a hole right here, but actually alright. Come on. Friggin' fraggin'. Okay. As you can see, there is some troubles when you 3D print. But that's alright. That's alright. Oh, that just like leaned forward there. Actually, that fell into place. Don't fall. Okay. That's gonna be fun to try to glue down. Okay? That's gonna be a lot of fun. Sorry, I just got a few post updates. Another comment on Reddit. And you guys on Reddit, I love you. I absolutely love you. And my follower, Damiano412, is the one who told me to start posting up on Reddit. And I did for a while, fell out of it, and then I got my statues done, and he was like, you need to start posting on those, posting them back up again, because I had stopped, completely forgot about it, and now I'm just getting a crap load of feedback, just awesome feedback. I appreciate you guys. Damiano, appreciate you too. It's just so satisfying to have people appreciate your work. It's absolutely satisfying. So, thank you so much. Okay, so that's weird. Oh, that's the problem. So, this kind of needs to rotate these. This is gonna be trouble when we go to put this on here. This is gonna be a lot of trouble. This fitment is not exactly working out for me because these heads have to be on this little hook thing, on this little half moon thing, and then they're supposed to fit down in there. This one's not even making connection, so I don't know what went wrong, but It's got to be something to do with how this printed up. Either how that printed up or how this is supposed to sit in there. Something between these two are causing issues. So we're going to have to try to figure that one out. We'll do that afterwards. After we get it all painted up and we go to fit them all together. Okay, so gentle, gentle. Just be gentle. Oh! Oh! I knew it was going to happen. I shouldn't be surprised. I knew it was going to happen. And it did. It's okay though, because it's still holding on. I still know where it's at. I can still paint it and then glue it after I get this thing back on, because there is no way that I'm going to be able to freaking do that. Yeah, I'm just going to end up ripping it off of there. So we're not going to try that again. We're just going to paint this. And then if we have to do touch-ups afterwards, we'll have to do touch-ups. It'll be fine. But this is curious. Seems as if this is actually angled in the wrong direction. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like it's not... it's supposed to be back a little bit more. That. Maybe there's something in here. Maybe it was because of this. This is definitely a misprint right here. I mean, I can still use it, or I could reprint it. I don't have a whole lot of resin right now, so if I can get away with not reprinting it, I'd rather do that. Is there a problem with this? It doesn't appear to be. We're gonna come back to that. For right now, let's get the glue aside, because I don't think we need to worry. I don't want to glue these. This is gonna be debatable on what I do here. I've seen people paint this gold as well. And whenever this printed, I had some line problems there. I don't know if you can see those. There, you can see them. You can start seeing the lines. That sucks. Huh. But it's not ideal to have that in there. But I've seen people do that, but I also feel like this should be sandstone. Maybe I could take my heat gun and like move that whenever it comes time to glue. I don't know how that happened though. Now you can sand that down, but this has some texture in it. I don't want to get rid of that texture, so I'm just gonna let that go. Maybe whenever I paint it, it'll keep it, you won't be able to notice it a whole lot. That's staying on there. This I want to be gold, so I don't think I'm going to glue that on just yet. Yeah, I want this to be gold. I want to try something new here, because I'm going to paint it gold, and I'm going to try to put a wash in the gold to kind of showcase some of this definition in here. I'm going to do that, and then maybe if we really want, we'll go over top of the hieroglyphics right here in maybe an off-white, maybe bone white color, and then we can paint the rubies. Ah, this is missing half of his jaw. That's okay because it's supposed to look like ruins. I don't know why they didn't pull that effect into this piece, but I'm gonna just, actually I can do that right now, just clip it to make it look like just broken pieces. And then I think let's do a little bit off of the edges of this guy over here to give the same impression so it kind of flows. Not too much. Yeah, not too much, and then you take the whole front of his face off. Way to go! That's okay, it kind of blends in there. I feel like it kind of works. I would go a little bit further, but I think that's enough blending in the whole ruin effect. I probably could add in. We'll do that later. Right now, one of the things I need to do is to get some of the little tiny supports out. So for that, I'm gonna use they're one of my clay sculpting tools. Then this has to come out. Luckily, it should. Yep, it'll break right out. So that's fine. Same way with this little piece right over here, a little bit. It'll either break out or it'll sand down. I would really rather not have to sand all the way down into that little crevice right there, but I'm going to have to anyways because of this area here. And then this area is going to get worked over as well. A lot of prep work comes to getting these prints ready to go. Oh yeah, that piece that's been bothering me for a while now. I don't remember if his, I'm gonna have to pull up some pictures. I don't remember if his jewel, I think this is red. I think it's red, but we're gonna have to look at that because I can't really remember. Do we have any more supports? There is just the slightest little give in between those feet that we can leave. Oh wait, that's part of it. Okay. I thought maybe I was gonna have to fill this in. I was thinking that's where it glued together. It's actually down here is where it glued together. That's good that it's barely noticeable. One of the nice things about their prints, the fitment on most of their characters is actually pretty good. This comes down to your printing capabilities. Is there any little... I'm also curious of how I'm going to do this book as well. My initial reaction is to try and paint it like it's supposed to be a real book. I've seen people paint this thing completely gold, but I don't think I want to do that. Like, some of this trim would be nice to make gold, but I feel like the book itself should be... I don't want it to match the blue on him. I want it to be different. So maybe... I don't know, maybe a black, or maybe a sandstone. Maybe make it match with the base. Still debatable. We're gonna have to think about that. So these are gonna be sandstone. I'm going to paint him black. This is going to be sandstone, so this is going to have to go here. This is going to be gold. The lightning. I think it's light blue. We're gonna have to look up some pictures. A lot of that to put on there, but this is all the sandstone, I believe. I had the heads on the wrong side. In a way, I feel like I should be able to glue this together, but it definitely is this piece that's causing that. Oh, you know what? This might need bent. This might need bent back. Because it looks like it picked up a curve somehow. There's where that problem's coming in. As you can see, that's supposed to sit flush there. We're gonna have to get the hot glue, or the heat gun. Gonna have to get the heat gun out to push those back, because this one has a little bit of a gap. I'm gonna get the heat gun, heat it up, and then mold it to it, like flatten it out on there. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do that. But that's all sandstone. Okay. The other, there's it. There it is. No, you stay back there. You stay back there. Where's my piece? There we go. Okay, I think that's all the supports that I had. Get out. Cut this piece off here where it messed up. Definitely messed up on a layer here. Okay, so now we need some green stuff. Get the knife out. This stuff, it is good to use it in pieces. I wouldn't necessarily mix a bunch of it up together and try to get it all at once. I would do it in little tiny increments, because once it gets hard, there's no working with it. And it's very sticky. We have to do both sides from the looks of it. Where I wish I had some rubber gloves, but I ran out. Haven't been able to pick up any new rubber gloves. One of the few other problems that I've noticed with this stuff is you really have to like mix it, because some of the green will clump up in it. You might be able to see right there, you see some bright green spots, and it won't mix. And you'll find it as you start start dishing it in. Going to need another one of these, I think. Which one? That one maybe. Maybe this one and this one. So sticky. So sticky. Not yet. There we go. This is probably going to end up being the one that I use the entire time. Like this one. A clump of the green. A lot of gap to fill in here. You know what? I almost forgot that one of the nicer things that gets this stuff moving around is actually Sculptor Vaseline. Actually helps you smoothen it out really well. And then sometimes it makes it a little too slippery. The piece can just go down in there. To the depths with you. Definitely feels like a better way to try to work on this thing. Try not to press really, really hard because I feel like this thing is gonna snap. And I don't want it to snap. Come on. I like this green stuff, but once it starts like getting hard, it's really hard to work with, obviously. I do have some other stuff, but I don't know if I want to use that. Actually, I figured out an easier way to use that stuff. It's oh, it's a putty. If you dip it down in the water, you can just smooth it right out. That's probably what I should be using on this thing, because I could probably smoothen out these folds, where these folds are, a lot better than what I can do with this. This green stuff is going to have to be sanded down, but I already started using it, so I think I'm kind of stuck. And as I said, it's kind of hard to mix. This stuff. Maybe it was the warmth of my hand that was making it a lot better. That stuff there is. This piece is nice. It's actually moving. I know this is the most exciting part, right? Watching me fill in the gaps. That's what you gotta do, though. If we roll it, might make this a little easier. Actually, it kind of did. Oh! Stabbed myself. Dag nabbit. Little bit. Let's try this again. Try not to stab yourself. That's what we're gonna try. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get in there. Get in there. This is gonna be a lot of fun to sand down. Sand down! Sand down! It feels like I'm gonna have to put a little bit more into there. Which is okay, because I have some up there that I gotta take out of there. If it will friggin' come off the tool. My God, man. Get off of there. Alright, dingus. Stop it. Well, that's not seeming too bad now. I just gotta smooth it out. Form it in. That's not bad. Alright, I can deal with that. Gonna be a little sanding work. But I think I can deal with that. Yeah, I think I can deal with it. Okay, let's continue on here. Found a clump of green again. Come on, just roll out for me. All you gotta do, roll it out. Roll it out. Okay. Yeah, that's working a whole lot better. Definitely working a whole lot better. Instead of just trying to glob it in there. Really want to get this cape to be as smooth as I can. There's a lot of people out there, whenever I see them post, they don't really touch the cape. They try to fill it in, but you really need to go back over the stuff whenever you fill in. Like this stuff here, once it dries, you got to go back over and you got to sand it down, because otherwise you're gonna get clumps all over the place. You're gonna see all of this in the paint, and it's a tedious process, but dang it, but it's totally worth it in the end to have something that you don't have to that you can't tell. It's a craft. You don't want to be able to tell that there was a seam there. Yeah, we're gonna have to shove that back down in there. I found that I can get it semi-smooth if I work back and forth over top of it. I have to switch over to this one. There's some of these areas. I know there's one right here where there's a giant gap where this is up higher than what it is down here, so that's gonna have to probably get built up. Much as I don't want to glob, gonna have to glob. really feel like I should switch over to that other stuff. Some water. I mean, it's messy, but you get some water and you can smooth it right out, and that would be a lot less sanding. I think it probably sands easier. Because it's more of a it's more of a I don't want to call it a clay. It's not really a clay. It's a two-part. It mixes the same as a as what this green stuff does. This green stuff though can be a bit rough to use. Especially whenever you get these bright green clumps in here, you have to pull those out because it's unmixed. I don't know. A piece of me is saying that I might not have to fight that other stuff nearly as much as what I'm fighting this. Already got the one area in. Now we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go get it, and I'm gonna try it over in this area on this side, because I have a feeling it's gonna fight me the entire time, and I don't want to sit here for 10 hours fighting this thing. And this green stuff is getting hard. You really have to only mix it up in little tiny batches. I think I did way too much. I'm not a master at using it. That just yanked right out of there. It was called Mighty Putty. No, it wasn't called Mighty Putty, was it? Millie Putty. Millie Putty. Muddy Putty is from that infomercial. Scrape some of this stuff off. Mill Putty. Hey, what did I do with that stuff? Is it up here? Oh, right up here. Oh. I'm really hoping that didn't boot me completely out. I just can't seem to make that work for me. It's a network error. Okay. This stuff is gooey. Really, really gooey. Okay, we got a little tiny piece of that. And we got a piece of that. This should be fun. So much fun. I remember the stinking gloves that I wore to mix this stuff up. They were covered. So my hands are gonna be covered with this stuff. But let's see if it works, because this, I remember this stuff, it does get hard pretty fast, like not fast, but probably approximately the same amount of time. But water will keep it from getting hard, and you can smoothen it out with water as well. I feel like I need to get some clean water. Yeah, some clean water would be... That's not water. That's cleaner. Water would be a smart idea. That's the only reason why I don't really care for this stuff, because it is messy. Especially whenever you use the water. But a little bit of messiness as opposed to sitting here fighting with the putty. I think I'll take the messiness. So let's do this. Reach in deep and pull out my 5-year-old me and tell him to have at it. This is definitely making one hell of a mess. It's filling in the gaps like no tomorrow. Can't be mad at it for being messy. is making one heck of a mess, but can't talk about how much of a mess this is making. Enough. This is making a mess. And I love it. This is gonna need a bit more in here. Maybe not that much more. Some of this I'm just gonna have to leave dry the way that it is. And we can hit it with the sandpaper to really blend it in. Just have to hit some of this with some sandpaper or a Dremel. I have to remember this kind of stuff whenever it comes to making my own STLs, because I feel like, well, I mean, I can't really blame Berserk for this not working out. It was my fault for printing this out in how the heck did I get it all the way up there in a different resin. Should have just left it. Because, I mean, this thing's been printed up for a while. I could have just waited until I got more of the frozen 4K. I feel like I'm going to end up taking a Dremel to this. I have all kinds of attachments to be able to use to make this work for me. I have to say, that little bit that I cut off of there, that stretched it pretty far away there, and it's globbed on the outside, so. We want to get the inside here done. that seam. I need to cut me some more. Give me another chunk up, mix it up. Maybe messy, but I'd still be on the back trying to get that green stuff to work for me. This has definitely got a lot more cleanup involved, but so would the green stuff. So, okay with this. Have to use the paint booth to sand it down. It's basically like hard spackle. Really just trying to push it right into that seam. I'm gonna leave a whole lot in there, but some of these areas I'm gonna have to. Piece of fuzz there. Wow, I'm kind of liking this stuff. Just for that aspect alone, just being able to take some water to it and start blending it in. I don't know how long this stuff takes to dry. I don't know what I did with the box. Stuff seems much more similar to clay. I'm gonna go over the green stuff. That way, if there's any gaps in there, that will be filled in. Oh, yeah, that'll be filled in there. Come on. See, now this I could not do with. I have a Superman, a Henry Cavill Superman STL that I also want to do, and this is before I learned how to like put my my supports on. Put my supports on properly. I mean, I knew how to put supports on, but there is like a proper way to do it and everything. But there is a huge gap in the cape, but the cape is textured. So with this one being flat, I'll just be able to go back through and sand it down nice and smooth. Get all these bobs off and everything. Actually, I should start putting some of these pieces in here to smoothen out the layer lines as well. Now I'm getting happy with this stuff. But because it's textured, I'm not going to be able to use this stuff because this will fill in the texture. This is just going to take some more sanding and... Oh yeah, I forgot about this spot. This is a thin spot. Huh. Filled in the gap where the cape broke there. Okay, now this has got to dry. And I've got to clean up. So I'm going to run to the bathroom and wash all this crap off my hands. And I will be right back. I don't know how I'm going to do this with... I'm going to have to hit the pause button, or hit the be right back button here. Take a few of these down there with, well, just take them all down with me and clean them off. I am back. Thought I'd go get my primer. That way we can start primering some of these pieces. Clean the knife off. A clean knife is a happy knife, right? 6 flights of stairs down, 6 flights back. Yeesh. Yeah, I know, I need to get in better shape. Okay, so this has got to warm up a little bit. Wow. Gotta get the paint open. Trying to make it difficult on me, huh? I see how you are. All right. Ooh, pretty cold. Cleaning pot is really dirty. Always try to make do. Along with the killer primer, I also got 2 new brushes. One Army Painter and one Citadel. For base coating. Oh, one of the little hairs are bent down. Darn it. I hate it whenever that happens. Must happen whenever they were putting the cap on. Come on, cut it. There we go. There we go. And now to open the Citadel one. Look at that tube. like using that thing. I think I'm gonna keep the tube. I don't know, I feel like this would come in handy later for some sort of D&D terrain project. Which is a way that people justify hoarding. I'm not a hoarder. I don't think I am. Of course, I do have all kinds of stuff in my room, so I could be a hoarder. Could very well be a hoarder. Okay, so how to hold these while I'm base coating? Let's see here. I think I can hold it like that, or I can skewer them down through the body. Can't really spin them like that though. Yeah, I could hold it like that. The head. Let's see here. And we're going to go and glue that right like that. Again, I want to grab one thing and I'm knocking everything over. Gotta try and do everything one-handed. We got the activator on there. Let's just bob some all the way around so that it gets a nice good hold on it. And there we go. Book is going to be the hard one. I could just grab it by the pages. These pages in here. There we go. There's that. There's the dog. Man, I'm rolling on this. These ones I'm just probably going to end up having to clip those. Try doing a skewer to each hand. Okay. Two hands. All right, these pieces are gonna have to be done separately. Now, how are we gonna? Well, I suppose I could just leave it on there and turn it on the Lazy Susan. Okay, let's see how warm the paint is. I think I can use it now. Let's do the base first. hair get in there? Got it. Hairs come from? My cat. Oh, I do have a hook in here. Hey. totally didn't realize that that little peg would fit down in those holes. That is awesome. We are rolling. I am so glad that I built a paint booth. What we have left are these. Lightning, magic. Oh, jeez. That was just a bat. Okay. Forgot about these two guys. Glue those onto there. Could wait till those are dry and then move on with these pieces afterwards. I think that's what I'm going to do. Set those to the side. Get our glue out of the way. Put back our sculpting utensils. And I think I'm done for today. At least with painting. I'd like to move over, but and start sculpting, but we're gonna have to wait to start doing that on the live stream for whenever I actually know what I'm doing. But in the meantime, we'll keep painting. Yeah, we'll keep painting. So if you joined the stream today, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to check out any close-ups of my work, please check out my Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if I have my Reddit hooked up yet. Linked in... Yeah, I don't have my Reddit linked through my Patreon to anything else. I also have my Patreon, which I'm going to be posting up there. If you want to support me, that would be greatly appreciated. And thank you to Jen, my Knights Benefactor subscriber. That is helping me along the way and helping me grow the page. I'm still trying to get everything situated and figure out exactly what I want to do, but I think I'm narrowing it down. Sculpting seems like a good avenue to try, because I can print up everything that I sculpt and I can provide that to you guys. So thank you for watching and have a good day.